Welcome all of you here. Just a sec. Yes. In this session, going to be one of the most important ones in terms of content, we'll be discussing figures of speech in English. Quickly, let's go ahead. I request people who are regular here do watch the previous sessions also, in which we discussed phrases in one of the sessions, clauses in one of those, and types of sentences also, simple, complex, compound, compound, complex, and such. And today in this particular one, we'll be discussing figures of speech in English, which is, as we have heard, asked quite recently. Do watch the session on phrases, do watch the one on clauses, and do watch the one on types of sentences also. Here we go. Welcome all of you here. Hello Parth, good evening. Good to see you after a long time. Jagdish, Princey. Oh ho, Princey. So attentive. Mohini, good morning. Oh my goodness. I am anxious and worried now. Okay. Figures of speech are the best way or a unique way to decorate your language, either the written one or the spoken one. Sometimes we speak casually. Yes, he fought pretty well in that fight. But a language can be portrayed the best. There is no limit of decorating a language. Same words can show politeness, same words can be rude also. So language is so vast. Figures of speech, many in English, in every other language, are a way to decorate your words. Now the way of decoration differs from this or to that, or this intention or that intention and such. We'll be discussing many of those then. But yes, figures of speech are expressive, linguistic, related to a language devices, patterns, things that enhance your words, either in written or in spoken. Maybe its impact, maybe the clarity, I would say beauty of a language. They mark a speaker or writer to convey ideas with greater clarity, vividness, subtlety, or emphasis than the actual language can offer. I know you know many of these: simile, the first one; metaphor, the second one; personification, will be alliteration. SSC has asked a number of times, but we'll be discussing many of these. So to notice this, we go ahead. In examinations, they test a candidate's ability to recognize those stylistic choices, get the inferred meaning, and detect those nuanced forms of comparison or exaggeration or contrast or any such pattern. I repeat in a simple line: figures of speech in any language decorate your words for better clarity, for better emphasis. Okay, I'll go slowly. You can feel this. There is no single rule for each and every one. For few, we can follow a rule like simile, like, as many of you and all of you know. But there is no single rule which can be applied to identify all the figures of speech and language. Anup sir, good evening. Respect to you. Welcome from my side. Uh, Parth, please drop me a message on Telegram. I'll definitely help. Okay. Okay. So the first one, simile, all of us are familiar with, which shows similarity, usually identified with the markers as or like, where we compare one thing with the other, especially of different kind. I repeat, especially of different kind, not the same kind. We are not comparing humans with humans and calling it a simile, but you are, or you look like moon. In every language we compare moon for beauty. That is supposed to be one of those. So simile, direct comparison between two different things, not similar, linked through words like, as if, as though, and such. Highlights a particular trait. What is trait? A special quality associated with someone or something. A special quality trait, one of those one words asked in examinations, a special quality associated with someone or something by drawing a parallel with something more familiar or vivid, allowing the reader to grasp the intended meaning quickly or exaggerating it. In examinations, similes often appear in literary sentences, descriptive passages, and RCs these days. You can have the examples. He remained as calm as lake. Now, that has to be a human being, a person. Lake is not a human being. We are comparing them, showing similarities with the help of as. That is supposed to be a simile. Candidate tackled the question like a strategist, seasoned, experienced, but that was a candidate. Seasoned, experienced strategist. He was not an experienced strategist, but you are still saying that. Like, simile. Rumors traveled through the office like sparks on dry grass. Rumors are different abstract noun. Sparks on dry grass, a concrete noun, but showing similarity. Simile. Exactly, as sweet as melody. Welcome, Renu. Manager observed the shift in market trends as carefully. Manager is observing market trends. Okay. As carefully as a surgeon examining a critical scan. Manager is not a surgeon. Surgeon is not a manager. Comparing two different things. After hours without progress, team felt as weary as travelers lost in a desert. So team after hours without progress is working on something. Travelers are lost in a desert. We are showing that similarity. That's simile. You can have a look. Once you say yes or done, I'll go ahead. Yes, especially two things of different kind, Jessica. If done, let's go to the next stage. Simile shows similarity. Doesn't impose that these two things are the same. I repeat, simile shows similarity. That's one thing. That's another thing. Showing similarity. Shows like they are two different things. Metaphor is an implied simile. Metaphor is an implied simile. That means we don't show they are two different things. We copy the qualities of one onto the other as if they were just one, or we are talking about the same object, same thing. That won't be simile, sir. Great. Yes, sir. Okay. Next stage is metaphor, the implied simile. Metaphor establishes implicit, inherent in that comparison by presenting one thing in terms of other without using words like or as. I repeat, it is implied simile. It compresses meaning, transferring characteristics of one idea onto the other, like that is the same stuff. Usually in RCs, close tests, error detection also, and direct questions also, we come across metaphor sentences. Feel this. His determination was like a flame, simile. Because determination is an abstract concept. Flame is a different thing, a concrete noun. We can see flames of fire. So if we say determination was like a flame, simile. But we are not saying like a flame. His determination was a flame. Now, determination can't be a flame or spark or fire. They are two different things, but we have implied that refused to be extinguished even in the face of repeated setbacks. Fine, that's metaphor. Implied simile. Policy debate turned into a minefield. How can debate, an abstract concept, can turn into a minefield? Okay, if it looks like a minefield, simile. But that turned into a minefield where one careless remark could trigger public outrage. Metaphor. His encouragement, another abstract concept, acted as a compass, helping him navigate moments of confusion and doubt. Now, compass is a physical object, and we are not even saying encouragement was like a compass, like a compass. No, no, his encouragement was a compass, implying the qualities of one on the other. Metaphor. The boardroom transferred into a pressure cooker, intensifying every decision as the deadline approached. Now, the boardroom where the meetings are going on, pressure cooker, we don't have meetings in a pressure cooker. They are two different things, implying two different qualities, but we are not saying it transformed like a pressure cooker, it transformed into a pressure cooker, putting the qualities of one of those onto the other. Metaphor. Thank you. The unfinished project remained a thorn, constantly reminding the team of their responsibilities. Now, a thorn is a different thing, project is a different thing. How can they be the same? But no. So, expressions like Kashmir is the heaven of the earth. Kashmir is a city, say, state, say, a place here on the earth. Heaven is not there on the earth, but still we are saying, we are not saying Kashmir is like a heaven. Kashmir is the heaven of the earth. Metaphor. Camel is the ship of the desert. Camel is an animal. Ship is not an animal. However, both are used for transportation. We are not saying camel is like a ship. Camel is the ship, is a minefield, is a compass, is a pressure cooker. Implied simile is supposed to be metaphor. Done. If you have doubts, feel free to say. Once you say done, I'll go ahead. Thank you. If done, let's go ahead. No, no, Jessica, acting as is not showing a different thing, it is showing the same is the same. Parth, got your message? Please drop me a message on Telegram. Please, please, please. Will help you. Will definitely help you. Please drop me a message or this message on Telegram, please. Jessica. Okay, Jessica, your doubt. What's your brother doing? Sir, he's currently working as a software engineer. He's currently working as a software engineer. In this case, they are not two different people. My brother is working as a software engineer. That software engineer is my brother. They are not two different things compared. Is that okay? Shah Rukh Khan is also known as King Khan. Remember the acronym AKA? Amitabh Bachchan is also known as Big B. Also known as. Now, Amitabh and Big B are not two different people. Shah Rukh Khan and King Khan are not two people. As. So, working as. Known as. Acting as. That means the same object is called this. They are not two different objects compared. Is that okay? I hope it helps. Next, doubts welcome. Next is personification. I usually teach these three straight in the chapter of nouns. Simile, metaphor, personification. The next stage is apostrophe, a figure of speech, which I have kept for later. As you can see the name person, that means we, human beings, performing actions. But objects don't perform actions. When objects perform actions or it looks like they are performing actions, that is supposed to be personification. Sometimes objects are made to perform an action. So personification, phi, I think all of you know, I-F-Y is to make, to do. Just like clear, clarify, magnify, rectify, modify, justify, etc. So person, personify, personification. Where objects, things are considered, they have life. They can perform actions. They can perform activities, such. Welcome, Divyanshi. So personification attributes gives human qualities, emotions, actions to non-human objects, to abstract ideas, to the natural forces. You can animate, give life to the inanimate entities, which enhances the imagery, emotional resonance, and understanding. In examinations, it's quite common in RCs because there we have a passage where can be. I repeat, objects are treated as if they had lives. Feel this. The deadline stared back at him. Deadline is not a human being who can stare at someone, but it is behaving. Yes, sir. Love is blind. Experience is the best teacher. Yes, sir. And true also. The deadline stared back at him. Someone is staring at him. Should be a human being. Objects can't stare. And if they are, that is personification, reminding him of the work still unfinished. The city never sleeps. Mumbai never sleeps. Fine, but city sleeps? Probably the people of the city sleep. No, no, no. City, this city never sleeps. Fine, then city is supposed to be the personified object, pulsing with energy long after midnight. Justice knocked on their doors. Now, justice is an abstract concept, not a human being. How can it knock on the doors? If it did, it's a personified object. When the long pending verdict was finally delivered, the wind whispered warnings. Now, if I consider W also here and these three, the next will be invited. Alliteration, repeating the same. Okay. The wind whispered warnings, signaling the arriving of approaching storm. How can wind say something? Rabani, good evening. Hey dear. How can wind say something? But if it is whispering, saying something, personified. Ambition pulled him back, or pulled him forward, or pushed him forward. Ambition doesn't have powers to perform actions, but if it is, that is supposed to be personification. Say done, we go ahead. Good evening, chivalrous. Okay. If done, going to the next quite common figure of speech asked in examinations. Alliteration. Looks like repetition and is. Remember the line if you have heard Peter, Piper, packed, a pack of, packled, peppers. P, 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 P. No problem at all. Okay, those who understand Hindi, some of the audience, most of the audience watching it live right now understand Hindi. If I use Hindi for a minute, remember खड़क सिंह के खड़कने से खड़कती हैं खिड़कियां, चंदू के चाचा ने चंदू की चाची को, and such. The repetition of the same sound, especially the letter, creates alliteration. If I say SSC has asked n number of times in their examinations with the same name, English by Kapil Sharma. Please search. 3 groups shall be available. One of them is the Oliveboard's ones. You can drop a message there also. Great, chivalrous. Pakke ped par paka papita. Kacha papad, pakka papad, and all the tongue twisters belong to this category. I repeat, all the tongue twisters belong to this category. Feel those, the highlighted ones, not the whole sentence. The persistent pressure, P, 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 P. She remained calm, composed. That's why I said the wind whispered warnings is alliteration. Market movements must be monitored. Minister delivered a firm, focused, forward-looking address. FFF, MMM, CCC, PPP. The report revealed deep, deliberate discrepancies in the data. Peter, Piper, packed a pack of packled peppers. So the repetition of the same consonant sound at the beginning of closely placed words is called alliteration. Sometimes, or most of the times, creates rhythm, emphasis, sound impact. Those who understand Sanskrit, Lord Shiva, Prachandam, Prakashtam, Pragallam, Paresham. P, 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 P. Alliteration. Princey, if live, drop a word. Thank you. So many of us, I assume all of us know alliteration. Great. नंद चंदू के चाचा का दूसरा वर्जन. नंदू के नाना ने नंदू की नानी को नंदनगढ़ के नीम के नीचे नटखट सी नागिन से नाच नचाया. नागिन सा नाच नचाया. Great, sir. Thank you for being here. Now I'll find someone from K. कपिल ने अपनी काकी को कानपुर में कार में बिठाकर, अब ये तो नहीं कह सकता कान पे लगाकर. चलिए, let's go. Sorry. Alliteration, quite common. I have seen dozens of times in examinations. I haven't seen this even once in examinations. There is one more, a different version, like simile has metaphor, the next stage, or similar one. Like personification has apostrophe, a similar one. So alliteration has this. Can you judge? Have a look. Assonance is the repetition of vowel sounds. Just a sec. In the previous one, we had the repetition of consonant sound. Now we have the repetition of vowel sounds. Fine, but I cannot see vowels here. R and T, they are two different. E and W. G, G, okay. C, C, okay. W and F are not too similar. And they are not even vowels. They are consonants. So I didn't get this. Quick. Radhe Radhe, stenographers. Welcome, Manish. Great. Here come the insights. We are not talking about letters, but the sounds within the nearby words. Since I'm behind the screen, I searched on. Great, Mohini. That's what we have to notice. We are not talking about the letters or the consonants, the sounds after them. I just checked on Google. They have simplest examples to make us understand. Let's check this on Google. We can get or understand this through the simplest ones. Assonance examples. Feel this, like we are in school. Again, that's the repetition of a vowel sound in the nearby words. Like all, A. The apple and apricot. A, 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 A. You can see the vowels out here. My cat made a rat. Ma, a sound out there. Cat also had that. Made a rat. Or the long E in beneath the trees. So this EA sound here, E, tree, that vowel sound, not the consonant sound. And the repeated or the common sounds can be at the beginning, middle, or the end of the words. Remember, the spelling need not be the same. Feel this. My aunt likes apples and bananas. So that or sound in all of those. Sound, vowels. Cat, hat, the vowel sound in both of those. Surf, turf, deep, sleep, go, slow, over the road. May not be. Cool, blue. Okay. I repeat, I have never ever come across this in examinations, but yes, the next stage of alliteration is assonance. Alliteration shows consonant sounds. Assonance shows vowel sounds, same repetition. If you come across this, you can. Now you know this. Next. Did you get this? Great, Mohini. Great presence of mind. I repeat. Alliteration had the same consonant at the beginning of closely placed. Beginning. So F, F, F in the beginning. P, 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 N, 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 and such. Okay. Here, not compulsorily in the beginning, just we are talking about the sound. Which one? The vowel sound. Here, the next stage, consonants, we are talking about the consonant sounds, not compulsorily in the beginning. Maybe in the beginning, maybe in the middle, or maybe in the end also. So absolutely correct. Quite easy. I'll use Google for this now. Stack, k here. Check, k here. Harsh, R sound. Truth, R sound. Crisp, k sound. Fact, k sound. Quick, I would say a couple of K sounds. Tacit, KK, TT, and such. Let's use Google for easier words. That was assonance, another one is consonance. The repetition of consonant sounds in words. They have better ones. Rick kicked the clock. K, 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 and k. In between the words it may be. Yes, sir. Yes, Jessica. Silent T. Night T. The T sound. K, K are repeated. The lucky little dog rolled. L and K sounds. Mike likes new bike. K repetition. Black sack is in the back. K sound. Struck streak of luck. Str, K sounds are repeated. Str, K. I wish you would mash potatoes in this dish. The sh sound is repeated. Okay, so that was another one. I repeat, I haven't ever come across these in examinations, assonance and consonants. So they were quite similar. Remember them. Next. Hyperbole. That's the pronunciation. Hyperbole. It's not hyperbole or hyperbola or anything such. This is sheer exaggeration. Quite easy. When you say, I'm so sleepy, I can sleep for 6 months. Who sleeps for 6 months? Are you Kumkaran? No one is. But we say that, we exaggerate. I'm so hungry, I can eat 50 chapatis. No one can eat, I think, 50 chapatis, but we say that just to exaggerate, emphasize. That is supposed to be hyperbole. The exaggeration used to emphasize the intensity or emotion or scale. Not meant to be taken literally, but to emphasize that. Sometimes for humor, for frustration, I'll kill him 20 times. If you have killed him, how can you kill him 20 times? The workload felt so heavy, it could crush the entire team. How can workload crush the entire team? Oh, so exaggerated. She repeated the instructions 1,000 times. How can one say something 1,000 times? Literally. His ambition was so vast, it seemed to touch the sky. Nothing can touch the sky, not a physical object that can be touched, but still emphasizing. The meeting dragged on for ages. Meeting cannot go for ages, like for centuries and such, but still exaggerating. Results created an ocean of relief among the candidates. Hyperbole. Manish, yes. Everyone, get ready for the next happily married. Hmm, done. Okay, next. Oxymoron. I have taught this. I do mention this a number of times in the classes. Primary auxiliaries, if you remember. Oxymoron is something, an expression, where we put two opposite things together for better effect. Two opposite things together. You are falsely true. Yes, chivalrous great. Jagdish great. You are falsely true. Common examples of mine. If somebody is true, how can he be falsely true? You are truly false. Truly false. Oxymoron. Pairs two contradictory terms to create a striking effect, revealing complexity, irony, or subtle truth. For those nuanced ideas, the officer maintained a stern kindness. Just a sec. Stern means strict. Kind means not strict. How can kindness be stern? Yes, sir. Voice of the silence. Great, Manish. The board welcomed the proposal with cautious optimism. Optimism is totally a happy state. Cautious is not a happy state. How can optimism be cautious? Oxymoron. The explanation was clearly confusing, like this. If something is confusing, how can that be clear? He found, or she found, bittersweet satisfaction. If that's satisfaction, how can that be bitter? He created organized chaos. Chaos is disturbance. When something or things are not organized, how can chaos be organized? Oxymoron. Sweet poison. Alone together. Great. Sweet poison. Great. Next, we have discussed similar to this. We put opposite things, contradictory things, but they are not placed beside each other. They are not juxtaposed. I always put the example, there's a book. Okay, no politics inside. I'm just putting an example. There's a book, written by Shashi Tharoor, one of the finest giants when it comes to English. The paradoxical prime minister. He said the prime minister says something, does something else. Paradox. In many paragraphs, essays, you must have seen the word. Mohini, great. Or the greatest comment of the day. Paradox is a statement that seems self contradictory, saying something, doing something, but it contains underlying truth. Deeper reasoning, used in philosophy, a reflective writing. This is something that all students have felt. In simple words, more study Sir, more confusing. No study, no confusion. Great, Manish. Jessica, you are an innocent murderer. Oxymoron. How can someone innocent murder someone? Okay, feel this. Remember, humorously, all of us, when we were students or when you are students, have said, Sir, the more we study, more confusion. No study, no confusion. Remember the same paradox. Sometimes the more we learn, the less we feel certain. He achieved freedom. Okay, freedom has no limitations, only by accepting certain limitations. What? Freedom by accepting limitations. Limitations don't define freedom. The team moved faster when they slowed down to plan. If we slow down, how can we go ahead faster or move faster? That's the paradox. The leader gained power by sharing it with the team. Whoa, this is like knowledge. When we share, it spreads and it makes us clear also. Great. Small circle, less conflict. Silence during the negotiations often speaks louder than arguments. Great. That's the paradox. And before we finish today, let me show at least one more, which is also similar to these. I have some 20 slides. Okay, I would rather use or show the next one. I put simile and metaphor together. I put personification and apostrophe together. We'll show you. Today I'm not putting that, or haven't put that. I put those alliteration, assonance, and consonants together. Then similarly here, oxymoron, paradox, and irony together. But because of time, I would show something else. Some of you have watched that short of mine on YouTube. Hello, Surbhi. Good evening. Hey, dear. I think you remember onomatopoeia. Yes, sir. So onomatopoeia is words that have been taken from original sounds. Onomatopoeia. Manish, the pronunciation. Onomatopoeia. Don't try to pronounce the last four vowels separately. Ono, meto, poia. No. Manish. Mora pia mose. Manish, what should I say? Your comment, the comment of the day, or Mohini's comment, the comment of the day? Great, great. Okay. So onomatopoeia uses words that come from natural sounds, honestly, that imitate natural sounds, enhancing the sensory experience and realism. I remember, I remember I made a short on this. All these sounds, like of a buffalo, oh, so that sound is the literal sound she makes. Like of a tire screeching, vroom, vroom. And all these sounds are the literal sounds. They are supposed to be onomatopoeia. Murmuring, rustle, wailed, hum, pattered. Okay, so a piece of homework for you, I think done. Crowd murmured, that's the actual sound, in anticipation as the results neared. Documents rustled, that's the sound, as he hurried through them. Police siren wailed across the empty streets. Machine hummed steadily during the trial run, and raindrops pattered tap 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 against the office window during the briefing. This is your piece of homework. Read this, grab it. We'll resume from this on the next time. Hissing sound of a snake. Exactly. Rattlesnake and such, they make sounds on which the names are derived. Exactly. Hissing sound, the rattlesnakes, and such. So read these three together: oxymoron, then paradox, and then irony. This is your choice. We will resume on the next time. Changing or finishing things in a minute. Okay, then done. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye. Take care. Be safe. See you pretty soon. And yes, before I finish, let me show you that two new batches have started. The third parts are coming soon. Will inform you of the same also. Right now, those who are willing to appear in SSC CGL 2025 or are sure, you have the crash course with practice. And those who are appearing in 2026, you have your, just a sec, foundation batch 3.0. 2.0 running, 3.0 coming pretty soon. CGL Tier 2, Crash Course 3.0, Revision and Practice, English Medium, English Medium. CGL 2026 Complete Foundation Course 2.0, English Medium, English Medium. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, take care, be safe, everyone. Thanks a lot for being here. Surbhi, Manish, always welcome, brother. Jai Jagannath, Jagdish. Thank you, Jessica. Mohini, thank you so much. Chivalrous, Princey, good night. Thank you for being here.